So the long-awaited game called Crysis is going to get a remaster, of course. We know that. But just yesterday, the dev team promised that they're actually going to make performance improvements on the Crysis game itself, and I'll show you guys how. I mean, anyways, honestly, let's be real here. Can It Run Crysis is a really funny meme, you know, it's really popular, but at the same time, it kind of holds in, I guess, in the background, this sort of frustration that we just cannot run Crysis at all, like on any sort of hard and, you know, high-end software. I even tried to run on my computer, you know, low fucking graphics. It would still stutter like crazy and it just would not run. It would not work. Even with performance improvements, this is legitimately the hardest game to run. Well, actually, scratch that. Saints Row 2. It keeps crashing on my computer. I can't even get started on that one. I mean, fortunately, as we all know, a lot of us really actually want to run fucking Crysis. I mean, it is a really well done game, and of course I would play it for like hours on end. It is incredibly immersive. It feels like a sandbox. It's really something that kind of strays away from, I guess, the standard ass FPS genre. Instead of just going in and killing people, giving you like a ton of objectives to do it. So, you know, this kind of enhances and I guess inspires replayability. And just really a style of play, how you want to play it. Do you want to go in stealth? You can do that. Do you want to go in like me, you know, who has like the attention span of a fucking dog, and want to go in guns blazing, just killing everything in sight? You can do that as well. There's just so many ways you can do this. I mean, you can go in tactically. You can just, I mean, I've even seen these, you know, these stunts, these speed runs people do throughout these missions. It is overall a really fucking good game. However, I am a bit skeptic on what they said next, like introducing this ray tracing into the game. I mean, we've already struggled enough with running the game, honestly. Like I said, I'm not going to jump to any, like I said, I'm not going to jump to any conclusions. We're not sure really, you know, how much the update will, you know, produce and stuff. I definitely have been looking on this website for a bit, and I have seen quite a lot. They said they're gonna fix like some minor situations, said they're gonna fix some big ones, but I think introducing ray tracing might be a little bit too much of a jump. But then again, if we see Crysis with that sort of technology, especially as of now, that would be actually probably a blessing. As long as it can run right, you know, we expect it at this high priority at this point. Like with ray tracing, we understand if it lags and stutters and stuff, but we expect it, man. We expect to see it like run 144 FPS, you know, 60 FPS, 2K, you know, 2K resolution. And here's another thing I was surprised when I was reading the article. I didn't realize that the Crysis Remaster doesn't support manual saving. And that's kind of weird, especially when you have a game that tries to encourage you to go on your own playstyle and really your own approach. You know, the entire map is shaped like the sandbox, so is the gameplay. But overall, a lot of these changelogs seem to be from ray tracing. I mean, like I said, I can't really imagine that they can utilize ray tracing into a game that has been so controversial that it has been memed as irredeemable to be ran on current gen hardware, or really any hardware at all. Also, besides the technicality of graphics improvements, especially for current gen hardware, this update also supports bug fixes as well. And I'm looking through this and I at least see 100. I'm not really going to go through all of them, but I can definitely tell that there has been a lot of work, especially into this update alone. Well, overall, I am incredibly excited for this remaster, and I am hoping to get it free since I already bought the original. I don't think that a remaster, especially like this, should, you know, try to cash in as a separate release. I think it should be either free or at least held at a discount. That would be really cool, especially because it is an old game, and you know, minimal improvements have been made. If they were to remake, I guess, Crysis, that would be really cool, and I think they should just sell that as like a $60 release, because after all, it is a remake. It is built from the ground up. But as of now, it is an Epic exclusive, so that kind of just fucking sucks.